Blueface has certainly worked up the VIP and rap scenes, keeping everybody talking. It appears as though he's generally at the focal point of some discussion, or one more from arriving in jail over disregarding his probation from a club occurrence in Los Angeles, to Chriseanrock getting his face inked right on her cheek. The show simply doesn't stop. Then there's his continuous meet with Soulja Kid and different rappers yet. The latest sensation, Bonnie Lee, has dropped the news that she's expecting a youngster, and she's pointing at Blueface as the this chow is unfurling, while Blueface is as yet secured spending time in jail for that club. It's a ton to stay aware of, and everybody's eyes are glued to what's next in the adventure of Blueface. So leading, we should jump into why Blueface is in prison. The 26-year-old rapper has ended up on some unacceptable side of the law. At least a time or two. His latest stretch in the slammer is attached to a probation infringement associated with one more continuous case from 2021. This isn't whenever Blueface's first faced legitimate difficulties back in October 2023. He conceded to charges originating from a giving external, a Las Vegas strip club, yet it's the episode from 2021 that has landed him in his Flow's circumstance. In November 2021, Blueface and two others were captured after what was depicted as a severe quarrel with a dance club bouncer in Los Angeles. This wasn't a fight. The triplet was blamed for stepping, kicking, and punching the concierge, an assault that was gotten on record to make an already difficult situation even worse. It was asserted that one of the men caught a chain from the bouncer during the conflict, prompting various charges. Quick forward to January 12, Blueface showed up in court for abusing his probation connected with the 2021 circumstance, albeit the particulars of his infringement weren't clarified. The result was he was condemned to almost 7 months in prison. Film that surfaced via virtual entertainment showed back Blueface showing up at the Los Angeles court, where he remarked, dealing with a few required issues. I'll see you on the opposite side. His disposition was quiet in any event, making a cheerful remark about going to prison, seeming as though he to go to the Himalayas. I love it here. Dynamic breaking. It's the main spot to investigate and not go to prison for it. 'Cause I'm as of now in prison for it. Gracious, that is my hello, love you, young lady. You realize I'm going be home soon. W before the DAT, no doubt about it. Concerning his delivery, prison records demonstrate that Blueface, whose genuine name is Jonathan Jamal Watchman, is set to be free on July 2, 2024. Up to that point, it appears as though he's capitalizing on his time inside, remaining occupied and staying under the radar. It's a section in Blueface's life loaded up with fights in court, a reflection on his activities, and maybe groundwork for what comes next once he's on the opposite side. So despite the fact that Blueface is in prison, he's actually moving in the VIP rap title world. The most recent buzz, Chriseanrock is stopping people in their tracks with some new ink devoted to Blueface, ensuring he's not forgotten while he's in jail. The 23-year-old mother of Blueface's kid took to Instagram to parade her new tattoo, and it's an extraordinary tattoo. We're discussing a face tattoo of Blue right on her cheek, joined by Blue's track Pop It playing behind the scenes. The video gives us a look into the entire cycle from the underlying stencil to the last representation. It's a striking move, and keeping in mind that it's not satisfactory whether the tattoo is for permanently or only for the present. It has everybody talking. Chrisean didn't stop at flaunting the tattoo. She labeled Blueface in the post and added a sincere subtitle, "Free Blueface, free my daddy. I love you, Dad." It's a public announcement of her adoration and backing for Blueface, displaying her steadfastness to him even with him being away. Take that, you, the kind of Ellen I would say that not like to play yet. I don't play that we can crash out this evening, and I made back the reality state. I'm a heart his. She prepared to bite the dust like youngster at the recreation area. I'm prepared to slide bin there. That killingness we can move past the in, assuming that you're pondering their relationship status. It appears as though it's in the groove again in spite of a significant aftermath between them. In December, reports surfaced that Rock has moved once more in to Blue's home last week. It's a critical development featuring the exciting ride relationship they share. In the meantime, Blueface is spending time in jail at a Los Angeles region prison for a probation infringement. Went away from the spotlight and the show outwardly yet through Chrisean activities, whether it's moving once again into his home or getting a tattoo of his face. His presence has had a firm opinion. It's a demonstration of how even from prison Blueface proceeds to impact and be a See of the superstar and rap tattle scene Blueface and Chrisean have a ton of history together, and quite possibly of the greatest part in their story is having a youngster together yet. As you'd expect with these two, it hasn't been going great quick forward to early September and Chrisean on Instagram live sharing the introduction of their child Chrisean Jesus Malone with the world, yet even this blissful second was touched with show Blueface wasn't there for the birth he took to X that. He staged previously known as Twitter releasing a blast of now erased tweets. He discussed his interests over Chrisean's capacity to really focus on their child in any event, venturing to such an extreme as to take steps to petition for guardianship. Blueface assumed she wasn't focusing on their child enough and even disagree with the child being named after Chrisean, proposing it was a surged and negligent choice. Chrisean attempted to connect, expecting to figure out their disparities for their child, yet as per her discussions with Blueface drifted away from subject, zeroing in on unessential things like her eating at lil child's calf, rather than their kid's future. In the midst of this, Chrisean confronted analysis for a video that surfaced showing her in Walmart attempting to oversee holding her child while pushing two full shopping baskets. She answered the reaction on Instagram, communicating her dissatisfaction in the difficulties of new parenthood. She owned up to having overpowered, yet certified her affection toward her child and her obligation to straighten out, like rather than that woman recording me, she might have recently helped me. I got a canine 2 trucks brimming with I really want for my home. I'm calling my child daddy. Is he helping? No, so I don't have the foggiest idea why he's enchanting and either, this mama is cool, yet man your brain is dashing 368 hours per day and afterward changing into being everything in my situ. I don't realize like everything is worrying. Actually learning, I love my child, he's a decent child. I'm a straighten out straight up as you discussing large stone got this everyone commit errors, period, adding to the intricacy of their circumstance. There were worries about Chris Ocean's way of life during her pregnancy bit of hearsay circled about her drinking and smoking, which ignited further discussion about her preparation for parenthood. Regardless of the contentions, Chrisean's adoration for her child is obvious. She's real about the expectation to absorb information. She's looking as another mother and is open about her missteps and her assurance to improve. And you realize Vips needed to talk on how the youngster has been treated among them. Soulja Kid's response stands apart for brutality and debate. In a move stunned numerous Soulja Kids sent off a rant loaded up with affronts focused on Chriseanrock, as well as her child with Blueface. His words loaded up with outrage and discourtesy crossed many lines. Soulja Kid didn't keep down, utilizing language that started shock and skepticism. He designated Chrisean with profoundly hostile comments, calling out to her and offering disparaging remarks about her appearance. Yet he didn't stop there. He proceeded to affront their young child, such that many found totally unsuitable. Soulja Kid's remarks about the kid were particularly surprising as he utilized terms that are destructive and hostile to individuals with handicaps. Container, I'm an Oliver Snagger. Two who look like you're smelled ho little ugh you monstrous snagger. Two how you therapeutic ho someone label cran. Let me in on that tattoo with her little stinky goods. Your child, I won't lie, that seem as though he got down condition. Blueface should be put you in it. You appear as though you smell like boo. You seem as though you know yourself in the 3RD grade. Ain't no avoid no children with regard to that little child. Blueface need to discuss my child got me that little child. Discuss goodness, your child may be my child. Check the DNA, don't play with me. Appreciate that little terrible child. So for what reason did Soulja Kid express all of this in any case? Well, him and Blueface have some set of experiences. Everything started off via web-based entertainment where these things will more often than not detonate, showing us the hazier side of how rapidly things can twisting crazy. Their meat turned into all the rage, unfurling in a mate near that had everybody stuck to their screens, sitting tight for the following move. It began when Blueface showed up on a digital recording called Open Thumb Considerations. He strongly guaranteed he could outperform anybody in a versus fight, a famous occasion where specialists go hit so that hit could see who ends up as the winner. In spite of being primarily known for his single, Tiana, Blueface was sure about his triumph against any challenger when the web recording host, amusing Marco, tossed Olja kid's name in with the general mishmash as a potential rival things warmed up. Okay hit for hit you and Soja kid who you think going win cross country hit for hit you. And Soja kid he'll win better pick the right side who will win and what hit for tune for melody you. And Trooper kid and officer hit for hit versus to be hest I'm an expert entertainer. So I might I any point can be so you could outflank anyone for Soul J kids so brother you. For what reason are you Soul J kids sit? See he had for one he has danced